Now it's time to listen to the guys who aren't booty.
It's hashtag Wrestlepals.
Woo!
Look, I want to shit on the dancing, but I can't. Oh, I'm cursing right out of the gate. I want to crap on the high. Oh, yeah. Ah! Where's he? Where'd he go? Why am I dancing? Idiot. Hi, everybody's hashtag Wrestlepals. Look over there. It's hashtag Wrestlepal Justin. He's multitasking and doing it very well. But see that? Two
All
things, same time.
They're all dead.
What?
They're all dead.
Why? We don't know, do we?
Nope.
Okay. Is that why? Ooh. Different. You feeling okay?
Yeah. What's the matter? Something wrong?
Is that a new shawl?
Yes. I'm glad you noticed. It's a new
It's-
one.
Well, you know, you take the time to look pretty. It's and it was a massive waste of time. So, aw, Justin's sick. Oh no, and I'm a hashtag Wrestlepal Nate. God damn, that seems wordy. Spooky fingers today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need them. Just bring me off and whatever I'm on. Bring me. I gotta come down. Focus. Manic today. I don't know why. It's coffee. It's not sleeping. It's a bunch of weird shit. How you doing, Justin?
Better than I was yesterday.
You sounded dead yesterday. Were you dead?
I might as well have been dead.
Because I heard Bray Wyatt said that
I was dead.
you were.
Yeah, me specifically.
But I was like thrown in there. Is
You're
that
dead
deeper
too.
Well, yeah.
So
So
we're
yeah.
all dead.
Oh, well, you know what? That means less stuff to worry about. All of a sudden, life's little
Nuances? Like breathing?
yeah. I ain't gotta worry about that no more. This is nice.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
Also, my leg fell off,
What?
which is not as good. Oh, Justin. What the hell is going on? These are the funnest times. I mean, granted, not a ton of like weird news. Nowhere.
No weird news.
A couple little things happen, but like
News.
no weird news.
Yeah.
It's been a quiet week,
Yeah.
and those are the most fun. We've just come out of Survivor Series,
Mm-hmm.
and we're getting ready. Hey, we're gonna ramp up the storytelling. Let's go into Monday and Tuesday night. Let's see what we got. We're just playing.
Yeah.
There we go.
We
We
were
just played. How fun was that?
We were talking about it like just before we went on, like how we're not ramping right into another pay-per-view.
That's what I was ready for.
Night of Champions is
It's almost 2 weeks away.
in
2
like
weeks away?
well, I think it's like 3 or 4
Oh.
from here.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's December 17th.
It's fun as my network subscription like expired the day after,
Oh.
and I was like, "Oh, I changed cards." Not yet. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. I mean it's the best $9.99 I spend a month. So it's nice. Well, of course SmackDown is SmackDown, and they just consistently do what SmackDown does.
They're producing episodic television.
Right.
Meanwhile, Raw is trying to be giant over the top stuff, but when you don't have a giant over the top thing you need to do, it gets weird.
I liked. Okay, I told you like Raw wasn't spectacular last night.
Right.
It wasn't spectacular, being the choice of the
Spectacle
word.
show.
It was a well put together wrestling program.
Which is weird, and you know what? I love that weird change of pace.
Yeah.
And you know what we got that I was not expecting at all? Post Survivor Series call-ups?
Yeah.
Like, you're used to it. You know, post WrestleMania or the weeks following, especially that week of. And you get your surprise Rumble entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And you get your surprises like call-ups after Mania. And those are usually your two that are spread apart the 2 times a year, except for random stragglers here and there. So I was not expecting any sort of a call-up. And I guess they decided, hey,
Now's the time.
Now's a good time to, and not just a call up, but like we're gonna flush out some women's divisions.
Yeah. Now, I said it last week. It was Paige and her crew, which Absolution is
I was
the
about
name.
to say, not a bad name.
Not a bad name. They fleshed that
Make a good Warcraft guild.
they fleshed that out a little bit last night with Mandy and Sonya pledging their allegiance to Paige, who was the one she was the flag bearer for the Women's Revolution. So that's the reason behind it. Before there was a boss, before there was an empress, before there was a goddess, there was Paige. So yeah, I mean it's not wow, mind blowing television, but it's a reason.
But wasn't there a weird like country lesbian before that? No. Also a cowboy hat. And before that there was a thong.
Okay.
And moolah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Just wondering where we're picking up in the timeline here.
I'm curious. Again, I still think the choices for the women are weird. I'm still trying to
Very.
like Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville specifically. Ruby Riott I can understand because she was well seasoned before going to NXT. So
and she's got that weird punk vibe to her. She can go somewhere. She can be subversive.
yeah, Sarah Logan same feel. She's
Sarah Logan, if they get back, especially if they let her go closer towards her indie roots.
yeah.
Oh, Crazy
Mary Dobson, yeah. And you got the wild card with Liv Morgan, who I mean she's been paying her dues down in.
Yeah.
We know that she can wrestle because we've seen it like firsthand.
Despite what that dude behind us kept yelling.
Yes.
Green pants. No, that was Leva Bates, wasn't it?
No, that was Peyton Royce. Hey, Green
Really?
Pants. Yeah.
You know what? I forget that
We saw
she's-
Peyton Royce versus Asuka
Yeah.
at our show, and he was bitching
was
about
great.
Peyton Royce. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
in the green pants.
Hey, Green Pants, no one knows who you are. You clearly don't watch the show.
Give it a minute, Dick. Come on. What's up?
Oh, God, that guy was the worst.
I hope. Look, we've got to go back just to hope we get him again.
Yes.
Like, even if we're on the wrong side, we'll go get him.
I'm going to... Look, that's never happening to me again. It will never happen to me again. I will
Dude.
never let somebody destroy my experience like that.
Yes. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Because we usually have, like, hashtag WrestlePub Matt as the disruptor, right?
Right. And I mean...
Let's just be disruptive, not in his, like, weird set shit on fire way. Or,
See, because that's what he went with. Like, eventually just going over the top yelling for Samson. How much he loved Samson.
you know
that
what?
was his way.
Whether he knew it or not, he's right.
Samson is great.
I'm not holding that like I'm poignant.
Uh,
F me.
See, when we went to SmackDown in March,
Uh-huh.
we took command. Like, it could have gone bad. We were like three big dudes, like, just in this really cramped section.
Look, me and Matt are big, but we're not three, all right? Come on. What's up?
So,
Don't like sitting between... I'm working on it. I'm going to have you some more seat space next time we go back, all right?
so
Already more comfy. Look at this. There's like a foot
Yeah.
between us.
I need to stop packing on pounds.
We're all going to average out. It's going to be great.
But I kept...
Fucking put it down.
I just started talking. Like, I commanded the situation.
Right.
And I mean, I've long since said that that's the way we need to be when we go places anyway. Like, just GMYD in
Confidence
particular.
for no damn reason.
Just go be us. And I feel that same way with Wrestlepals. If we just go to these shows and just go be us, then
Hi, I'm here to be entertained.
we were stars. Like, the people in our row loved us
They did.
for really stupid reasons.
Oh, and the stinky kid behind us did too.
Yes.
That kid smelled. Like, if you get to 11, tell, like...
I am never
Donor's
going
not
to let...
expensive.
I am never ever going to let an experience be ruined by... I mean, especially nowadays, like, fans can be really shitty. I guess I just didn't expect it at an NXT show. Because usually NXT fans are kind of... I don't want to say smart, but, like, not...
They're the more boutique fan.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
But he was definitely not.
I got a free ticket!
That
How cool,
must have-
man.
He must have.
I came with friends on a lark. I don't know what the hell a lark is.
A bird.
Is it? Thank you. Oh, good lord. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You chatty bastards.
All the time.
I'm sorry.
I was dying yesterday, and every 3 seconds my phone ring, ring. I was like, oh god. Every time, like, it made me want to vom just a little bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it that bad?
I was having a bad day yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not get Justin too excited. We need to tone it back down a little bit.
So
we get to see these stars, and Liv Morgan has paid her dues, and she's up there now, and now you get back and forth with Carmella, talking about ring gear and stealing styles.
right, and
that makes me very happy. It's like that's one of those like, oh, they're gonna be too similar. It's like, no, well then there's a good reason for a lower end feud for no reason. Well, for a reason.
For a reason, because the division needs it. And, depth. The one thing that bummed me out about Raw last night is, again, you have this time where, so good, solid booking with the Cruiserweight division.
Mm-hmm.
They have a four-way last night. They're going to have a four-way next week.
Right.
The week after that, it's going to be the two winners of the four-ways squaring off, and then the winner will get a shot at Enzo's Cruiserweight Championship.
Leading towards Clash?
No, just on Raw.
That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and look at that, 4 weeks of television.
Built in with a direction you can easily understand, easily grasp, and it's not a tired concept.
Right. The tag division is still in complete shambles.
It is. There's no reason for that.
There really isn't. Like, the only tag anything we saw last night was Cesaro versus Rollins.
And
in a singles match.
Good. I love a good fresh matchup. One that's, not been played out. We've seen
there was
14?
No
15?
The club wasn't there.
Why? I got
Slater and Rhino.
I got a weird feeling the club's gonna get not repackaged, but kind of step back, and we're here again.
I hope so.
I hope that every time they disappear, and I'm like, where the hell are they? I keep hoping for that, and then it doesn't happen. It's like, oh.
Well, at some point they have to do something because, obviously the Hardys, are. Well, we saw Matt last night. Looks like he's finally taking those steps towards becoming Broken Matt Hardy.
Yes, you threw up a GIF, and even the font was
yes.
Font was distorted. Say.
But
Shattered?
The Revival's been injured,
Uh-huh.
pretty much the entire time they've been up.
So sad. That's about it, dude. Like, you can't even manufacture something. Like, even if we got Apollo and Titus.
I don't understand why they're not teaming.
Yeah.
Like, they've got them embroiled in this mini feud, but it looks like it's finally over with Joe.
Yeah.
Which they've just been getting their asses handed to them. It's like,
Joe.
okay.
Yes. You feel good about that? We need to work together. Tag. Cool. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I found the wrestling show. No, I was fine. I'm fine. I'm not dead. I was dying.
He was dead. Crazy man in a beard told me he was dead. Not this crazy man in a beard. Nice shawl.
It's a good shawl.
It's not a good shawl. What's wrong with your eyes?
She's here.
Eyes are dirty. Yeah, I noticed.
What? Other than that, though, so Raw last night was built on the premise of the Intercontinental Championship, which is great.
Yes.
It main evented last week with Roman and Miz. They had an excellent match. The show opens this week with Roman throwing out an open challenge.
Which is all we've wanted.
Yeah, I wish it would stay there because
You know how much that would do for rehabbing of a character and character development?
People were cheering for Roman last night.
Well, I mean, the dude with the guitar was out there.
That too. Well, I just mean before any of that. Before the challenge, when he came out, his music hit. People cheered.
Well, because they thought two other dudes were coming.
Maybe.
But yeah. I mean, the turn has slowly began to work. It's like, hey, let's take those two guys he was with that everybody seems to like, and have him cheer him on. Come on, you're leading them to the reaction you want. It's such a simple. It also weirds me out when the simplest thing works. It's like, oh, there's a reason why you do that. You gave them cheerleaders, and as a result, they led Cheers, and they've drawn them back to them. Because the character has never been awful, except when he was trying to read. But other than that, he's been prototypical. He's been exactly the model of it. People see through that and want to buck that system and want to be nasty about it.
Yeah.
And now a little bit of rehab's there. And now we get to have a level of consistency and a level of just the dynamic storytelling. Not dynamic storytelling. Simple storytelling of just, I'm here, I'm consistent, and look at all these fresh matchups.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun.
Now,
Good character direction.
the problem with that, it looks like the open challenge isn't going to be a thing.
God damn it, you get me excited and then this happens.
But it looks like we're going to get Reigns and Joe for the Intercontinental title.
Is that a bad spot for either of them? No. Sorry.
No.
I should have let you answer questions before I...
I don't think it's a bad spot for either.
Well, we talked about the Joe and Finn, or I talk a lot. Apparently. the Joe and Finn segregation, how they felt off the card to me. There's no more place on the card than in a championship capacity against the dude we've been trying to make a dude for a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, I accidentally watched Good Burger last night.
It's also...
I didn't mean to. It was on. I was like, oh fuck, here's the dude song.
But it's also big. I'm a dude. She's a dude. Everybody.
Yes, because when I was like, really? And press play, I was like, Justin would enjoy this.
Dude.
And then I looked at the age and I was like, they're older than me. And then I pulled up a picture of Kel and I'm like, oh, a handsome.
See, yeah, I agree. Ash, yeah, there are so many that could be put into tag teams on Raw that aren't really doing anything. I mean, I still hold...
As much as I dislike the just mismatched tag, get some matching gear. I know it's a simple thing. But, yeah, man, I'll take a few of those right now because that's how you end up with a bar.
Right?
Anytime I say that now, I have to say it in the Uso way. Bar! Bar! Made me very happy.
Christopher Brown,
hey, hello.
He says the fact that they had the Club Hawking WWE Shop.com garbage was a disgrace. I disagree.
Yeah, it's a rough spot to have to be in, but if you get a spot, make the most of it.
Number one, it's maximizing television minutes. Number two, it's getting a chance to showcase your personality, which they did in spades. I loved that commercial.
Yeah. Again, there's more that I want to watch them do. There's stuff I'd rather watch them do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hey man, let's do something. We gotta get this. Not promo, but this. We gotta hawk some shit. Hey, who wants this? And I got a feeling two hands went way up in the air, one higher than the other, right over two very beautiful bullet heads. It's a good look. I'm biased, very biased. There's nothing in that cup. I just keep picking it up as a security blanket.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Because you keep sipping at it.
There's nothing left. I'm just...
What?
There she is. Oh, hey, you're back. Justin.
Hey,
Justin, I'm glad you're back.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm messing with stuff while we're live.
Oh, good.
Because it's fun.
It's my own fault. I'm sorry.
Here, you want to go ahead, take a sip.
Okay.
Here, you can take the sip. Go ahead.
Why does my head feel dirty now?
Nice shawl.
Why do you say it? It sounds dismissive. Justin's really... Why?
Oh, that hurt.
You want to talk? How spastic and random do you want to be?
Well, let's go wherever we go, man.
Oh my God, you have no idea. We're all dead?
We're all dead.
What the hell was that?
Okay, I don't understand. I'd like to see where he's going.
We always do.
Yeah.
We always do.
So he comes out very pointed, angry promo about you guys never listen to me. I keep trying to tell you, I keep trying to lead you to the way, and you never want to listen to me. But then I figured out, I see you all for who you really are. You're not alive. You're dead.
Spit take if I had something in there.
You're all dead.
Cool. So here we go once again. Hey, we got nothing? Go do something.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if he doesn't go do something.
Yeah.
Are you interested?
I'm curious because
there's no defined direction with that.
Nothing defined because
It's omnidirectional.
He didn't call anybody out.
Exactly.
He didn't, it's not pointed at anybody. It was pointed at the fans.
Which is fine.
Yeah. He then wrestled a match with Matt Hardy. Really excellent match, which we saw what that led to afterwards.
Yes.
It's Bray Wyatt. I'm going to be interested until I'm not.
It's weird. How old is he? He's only like 26, 28, somewhere right in there.
Good question. We have an internet right in front of us.
It's one. Wow, it's cool. It's one of those things where it's you want them to get behind someone. You want them to give them a push. You want them to give them time.
He's 30.
Still, like
he's still young.
That's ridiculous. Oh, I'm thinking of Bo. Bo's like 2 years younger, I think. But the amount of time that a person like that has, and how it's like the seasoning and special sauce doesn't kick in till like right at that prime earning time of like 35.
Yeah.
5 years away from that. Keep injury free, build your mystique, build your character, and it's amazing what you'll be able to do. And we've been sitting here for a couple years now going, what you can do with him?
Yeah.
Do something fun. And then he put a shawl on. And then we were like, what?
Something the matter?
Got cold in here. What was that? Take a sip of my nothing.
Do I need to take that from you?
You should probably take it. There's a little bit left and there's some drops left, so I get nervous. So there's time yet for us to be able to buy into him and then to do something big with him. And that pisses me off because I want that instant gratification, but at the same time,
he's got so
when
much
you
time.
have to wait for it, it's so good.
But you think about it, his first WrestleMania at 30 was with John Cena. His next WrestleMania at 31 was with The Undertaker. He's held the WWE Championship. He wrestled Orton for the WWE Championship. He lost it at this last WrestleMania. Like, that right there, just 4 things that have already happened just in his short time up on the main roster.
Now, I remember each of those, and we've discussed each of those as they've happened. God, how long have I known you? 34 years at this point?
Something like that.
Something like that.
34.
34.
34.
I still remember the first time I didn't even meet you.
Yes.
We're doing like a live event of the Hampton Tap House, and I was like, hey, that's that Justin Wilson guy.
That's weird.
I ain't gonna talk to him. I gotta go now.
That's
Justin
so
Wilson
weird.
having starstruck. Can't believe it. Can you believe that? You should.
You shouldn't.
Regardless, with those losses, in the moment, we were like, oh, come on. But in retrospect,
He didn't lose anything from it.
he appeared.
Yeah.
Is that more important than the win-loss record?
I think so.
And what you can do in a loss, can you do more with that than an actual victory?
When it's
We've seen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
when it's all said and done, do we pull up people's win-loss records?
No.
We remember the good to great matches. We remember that they happened.
The moments?
We remember the moments. Now, that's the one thing I'm bummed out about.
Huh.
Is he was robbed of that moment with the Taker match.
Yeah.
Because they were outdoors and it was bright and it wasn't what it should have been.
Somebody had the live performance?
Yeah.
Still, maybe my favorite entrance of all time.
Yeah, because and again, his theme is still
Just
like
a sexy, dirty groove.
Yeah.
And live, and we got played Dr. Masks on.
yes.
And it sounded good. There's so many that's like the live production makes it garbage. But then that one just sat in there nice. Young chatty bastards.
Yeah, of
Put
course.
this away, or I'm going to be in trouble. Just don't hit me. I won't blame him. See, look at that. See that?
What?
Aggression. I'm in the way, though.
All right. So Bray says we're all dead.
And then he killed somebody.
Well, sort of. He broke Matt Hardy. It appears.
So are we finally getting? Because that's been the joke question for how long now?
Well, they showed up
6,
at Mania, so
8.
ever since.
How long have it been? Is that 6, 8 months? April.
May, June, July, August, September, October, November.
8 months.
Yeah, give or take.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time to wait, and as a result, because that's been what everybody's asked: is we want the break.
Is this where he's breaking?
We need that new fun character, but we got 8 months of other character. Even if it's not fully there yet, even if it's still just a tease, the fact that, hey, look, this is on the horizon. Nope, not yet.
Well, it's also cool because that's the one thing that the Dudleys lacked when they came back. They didn't have another place to go. And I mean, technically, like when you think about Bully Ray as compared to Bubba, yeah, there's a difference. But ultimately, the Dudleys are the Dudleys,
right?
And there's no place for them to evolve to.
They certainly not evolve.
Yes,
that'd be fun though, huh?
So I mean, the Hardys have somewhere else they can go. So you bring them back, and they don't have to be that nostalgia act that the Dudleys were.
Right.
When Jeff comes back, you have a story that you can tell between them not liking each other.
Right.
And then just like in TNA, you can have them come back together, and then you have a tag team again.
They made us wait 8 months. Now this is even if they are pulling the trigger with the broken storyline.
It appears so. Cole even said as much.
Which words did he use? These are very important. It's a very important question.
Is he? He said, are we witnessing a Matt Hardy breakdown?
Breakdown. It's close.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
It's masterful sometimes what they can do. But I'm willing to suspend my disbelief and be entertained.
Yeah. So you're saying you're not done with it?
I'm done with it? Oh, God, man. This is the time of year when a lot of people check out.
Yeah.
We had a big event, and we're not directly leading into something right away. And that's when the most weird and fun stuff happens, especially when you get bottom and mid card and people get to make an appearance. What you got?
Okay. Again, I apologize. We're spastic. It's an off. Well, but it's also an off week, so there isn't like a centralized topic that we can kind of latch to.
We'll get into philosophy today. I'm always down for philosophical talk.
So Starrcade happened this last weekend. I don't know if you saw. I mean, a lot of people were like, "Well, why is this not on the network?" We said it too. Why is it not on the network? A lot of people were angry that it was not on the network. So
I'm desperate to hear your thoughts on this because I think we're in the same direction.
Okay? Some people were tweeting, like Ty Dillinger said, "Oh man, the house show was great," or Starrcade was great. People were tweeting at him, "Why are you talking about a show that nobody can see? It's not on the network." And my immediate thought was, well, they do this every year at the MSG house shows. Why is this any different? Would this have been great on the network? Absolutely. But that's not what it was for. I think they were just tossing out the idea to see if it would even float.
I think so. And I think, again, they always seem to have a better long-term strategy. Even if you're pissed in the moment, you watch, you consume as best you can. And then it builds legacy to the point where it builds anticipation. And the anticipation builds into a little bit of excitement. I think this was a weird and very purposeful move. I think the exclusivity was on purpose. Now they had a hard camera there, so I'm sure they got some footage.
Yes.
And there was a little bit of official footage, not a whole lot, and nothing highly produced.
Right.
Again, I think purposeful, as if to say, "Hey, this is an exclusive thing, but we want you to know that we're doing something very special." And it was very special. I mean, because it wasn't. If you look at the events of it, it wasn't anything to storyline advance. It wasn't just self-aggrandizing. Here's some old people, tee-hee. No, they were incorporated in everything that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, not directly. Please don't hit Robert Gibson.
Or maybe you should.
No, he's had enough. No, he's the hot tag. Ricky Morton gets his ass beat.
Fair enough.
Then all of a sudden, people flying. 85 years old. What the hell are you doing? Stay down. Stay down. But there was a level of special to it, and the exclusivity I think brought to that because the pictures that came out of there were heartfelt, full of heart and just a special nature to it. It almost felt like, oh my God, what a wonderful thing. For right there in that moment of time. It's a Legends night without it having to be a Legends night, and it was fun, and it showcased a lot of people, and it paid tribute to a lot of people, and that doesn't fit in with the current storylines. And if you're going to do a live production, it should advance your live production storylines. This would have been completely out of character for a lot of people, especially Dustin.
Yeah.
Not Goldust, but
No,
Dustin.
Dustin,
Did you
yeah.
see that entrance?
Yes.
Exactly. Did you see the Bobby Roode pictures?
Yes.
Did you see Dustin up on that standing on the middle corner? Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you see the shots of the tag 4-way with Rock and Roll Express standing in the middle of the ring,
Yes.
looking like they're getting surrounded? I think they're just scared. I think they will fake punch the shit out of you at this point.
I also saw the pictures of Charlotte
Uh-huh.
inside the cage. Yeah. So I mean,
And you heard the story and tale of AJ and Ginger.
and also the Spinebuster, Arn Spinebuster.
Oh, and they made sure to get clipped. It almost feels like, hey guys, get ready to record this because this is going to be a tweet. Enjoy, do it, put it out there, and they promoted them as well.
Yep.
The WWE has made sure to get that out there, the exclusivity and the specialness of it. It's a weird new direction, almost like, I mean, I almost had to take this same debate when the network was coming out. You're completely changing your business model. You're going from remarkable level of exclusivity with a high barrier of entry to blanket availability. And you're giving up what are giant spikes of income for stability
Yeah.
at a very, very low level. And it's turned out.
Hey, you think about it too,
So I think this is a new weird business model.
like branding house shows, essentially.
Exactly.
Which I mean, again, they do all the time at the MSG house shows anyway. I mean, house shows are that. You know, I mean, it's just some of them have bigger spotlights on them because they're at MSG or Starrcade at this point.
And they make a ton of cash at those. I mean, it's well, okay. It's a big moneymaker, especially in a time when you need to push merch. And the only way to push merch is either on the shop, which you try to push people to with silly promos during Raw, or put it in front of them. The best way to put it in front of them is to get in front of them and build excitement and give them something special and something exclusive. So you go to these branded house shows and you're getting something somebody you can't get anywhere else, and you want a piece of that, and it gets you into that. And I really think that I'm flushing out the idea as I'm saying it. That may be the new way of doing things. You have so much access with the network to literally everything and the entirety of history. Yet here you are, here, if you're in Norfolk, Virginia, the special little piece you can only get here. Not necessarily like the city branded shirts, but this is your moment, and everybody wants in on it so much. But this is special for you, and to especially do that for you know, heart of Mid-Atlantic territory stuff, man. Like, is a wonderful, wonderful place to start that. To make it, this is a house show tailor-made for this area, and you got to be a part of it. And everybody wanted it. So I could see them going and doing like a almost like, well, I don't know if that would go over as much, but like a world, maybe I'm biased because I'm in this area.
Yeah.
Doing like almost a tribute to World Class if they go down to Texas.
Right.
Or doing, I don't know, Beast from the East to show over in Japan. Or even taking those more Japanese themes and flavors and just peppering the West Coast with it. So that when you're going to a house show, it isn't just what show is it? What show's in town? SmackDown house show. Okay. 15. All of a sudden it's oh no, this is a special thing we're doing here. And even if it's not every single one, because they got a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
Those special ones are going to get you out there. You're going to get special merch that you can only get there. It's might be brilliant, and their track record makes me think maybe, oh my god, you got a live event coming up?
In Richmond,
Oh, Jesus.
January 27th.
Ah, jeez.
That's also the same day as
It's always the same.
NXT TakeOver.
It's Halloween again?
No, TakeOver in Philadelphia. Which I really want to go to, but
The TakeOver?
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Philadelphia might be a little too far.
on a Saturday.
Your optimism is dangerous. I like it, but it's dangerous.
I'm trying to think of there was WCW pay-per-views that they used to have at the Scope, and I don't know why I can't think of.
Look, we had what was WCW's like Summer Slammy type thing?
Bash?
We've had Great American we've had a Great American Bash, a WWE version of Great American Bash. If you take ideas like that, those concepts, because it looks like they're going to lean out the pay-per-view schedule in the next year.
Yeah.
Which
that's good.
Fantastic, if nothing else for the storytelling angle. But if you want to still bolster that, you're gonna have to do something. House show and exclusivity to the house show. If you're making them must-see events, they're coming through your town, Justin.
Mm-hmm. World War III.
If you're coming through your town, it's a 5,000 seat arena. That's the only amount of people that are going to be able to see. How big is it? How big is Richmond? Do you know offhand?
I think it's like 12. I don't know.
Okay, maybe a little big. But like the NXT house show we went to at the TED downtown there. There's a level of exclusivity. Nobody else can go to that except the people that can go to that. Do you want to travel to that? And it may be in the long term a way to bolster those things. How did you hear anything about the attendance for the Starrcade event?
I have not.
Yeah, it was packed. They had one section tarped off, and that was a section that you always tarp off. And it was fairly well attended. Again, pictures that you're only able to see via social media, leaking out.
Right.
So, I mean, do you have like a list of... Oh. You don't, no, it's
I knew this. That's the problem. There it is.
Oh. So you were wrong. You said 12,000.
Yeah.
It's 11,992. You can't squeeze 8 people in there.
Well, and you look at the Coliseum. The Coliseum's max is 10,000. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that might be a better place to do it.
Exactly, and that gives them an into those places. Because if you go to a Coliseum that has 10,000 seats, and you put 1,000 in there, 2,000, good.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been doing for ages.
Yeah.
That has been how the house show works.
And again, it's because it's just a house show.
You bump that up. You call it a bash at the beach. You put it somewhere near a goddamn beach. All of a sudden, you're looking at 3,000, 3,500. Each one of those is another potential sale. That's looking at it solely from a business angle. Story-wise, fun as shit, too.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to go to that.
You figure like something at the Coliseum
Here's your 4 commemorative chairs, jackass.
Something at the Coliseum could be branded like a DX in a DX manner.
The War Memorial house show.
I mean, something like that, you know? And I mean, that would be fun. You get X-Pac there. You get, you know.
And you get those guys that get to theme that stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like, where were they? Were they Coliseum? They took over Scope, right?
Yes.
For our area.
Yep.
Do it at Scope. Say, hey, look, we finally took it over. Standing amongst the remnants. The rubble of our vanquished...
Well, you also have World War III. Mm-hmm. World War III was a WCW pay-per-view that they did here in Norfolk twice in a row. 2 years, 95 and 96.
Play on that exclusivity. You have a lineage. You have a legacy. And you could tap into that.
I have zero interest in seeing World War III come back as a pay-per-view concept because I hate 3 rings, 60 men. Yeah. It's entirely too much. But as a house show, it'd be kind of neat.
Too much for Justin.
Yes. 6 it's entirely too much. Too much for me.
2 is a little bit.
1 man is really more than enough when you think about it. Ash Fury asks, would a 6-man tag team titles work in WWE like for the 205 Live guys? Of all the shows, that's the one where it probably makes the most sense.
Beefy enough for roster? Oh, God, we were just talking about that, too. About how they're coming into their own personality-wise.
Yeah.
You had a little gif up and a showing, and I had to go down the list. It's like, oh, he's great. Hey, look, I see you there, Tony Nese.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I loving them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But in all reality, it's all just 1. For me, it's all just 1. For him, it's 8. What?
Nothing. Hold on. What you think about it?
Dude, I am feeling the abs right now because all the puking yesterday, which is great.
Isn't that the worst? I think that was a workout.
A motherfucking chainsaw. What?
Huh?
This goddamn chat is fucking my world up because I'm trying to keep up with what's happening on the show.
Expect responses later. They're not watching. They shouldn't be.
A motherfucking chainsaw. What?
Huh?
Somebody in the chat just said try a chainsaw. And my immediate response is a
course it was.
motherfucking chainsaw. What?
I want to help you. I can't.
So the Zoe train.
Dude.
I feel like, you know, if the problem with 205 Live is lack of depth, I don't think it would be that hard to bolster. I mean, I think they still have guys on retainer from the CWC. Because there's a lot of guys. Let's see, you have Eichner down on NXT, who could pop up. Gargano, Ciampa's injured.
Son of a bitch. Never forgive, never forget.
Ciampa. Who's that other cat that shows up on NXT?
There's a cat.
Yes.
Lindsay Dorado. That's right.
Him too.
He is a cat. God damn it.
He's there tonight, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Because
I almost want to see more of him.
I'm pretty sure he's just on retainer. I don't think he's on the roster.
My instinct to say with the 205 was like, man, I'd love a little bit of flow, a little bit of in and out. But the guys that are in, I don't want out.
Yeah.
Influx here and there of a little bit new, a little bit. Oh boy. Sorry. I think I broke myself. But I don't think 205 quite has the depth for this 6-man type thing. I've always liked the idea of it. I mean, especially as a dude that really loved and dug into Chikara as far as having trios. I love the idea of trios, but I don't know if I necessarily want that as a title type thing. I wouldn't be opposed to trios matches. But sometimes I feel like the second we put a title on it, what am I going to spell? We put a title on it, we put expectations on it, of especially divisions. And I like more of the weird freebirdy nature of, it's not a term, freebirdy nature of the tag titles, being able to be held by a trio. So I think an incorporation of the two of them is fantastic. And then we get Shield New Day.
Yeah.
I hope there's a hidden Uso somewhere. Someone's going to say Oos one day and they're going to pop up. Oos. Oh, it's Bill Uso. God, we hate Bill Uso.
Hey, I'm Bill Uso.
I've got Bar. It's not them anymore. Bar.
Jimmy J and Bill.
Bill, that's a good Samoan name, right?
Yeah. Well, so are Jimmy and Jay, clearly.
God damn it, Justin. Spit out my nothing. Ooh, I've got water. I get so excited. So yeah, I don't know. In fact, when you talk about trios, I look over at New Japan for that one. It feels like a lot of goddamn titles.
Yeah, New Japan has an ton of titles.
They get flooded with it.
Yeah.
And the first time I thought that was right before they introduced the U.S. title. I like the idea of a U.S. title for them. It shows a little more breadth, worldwide reach, if you will.
If you will.
I'm trying not to say it like that.
If you will, daddy.
You know, there's a time when my mom let me believe that he was my dad. She was like, check your belly, you got a goiter. Right down there, look. Boop, boop, boop.
Did you start wearing polka dots after that?
Always. I am right now. Want to see my belly goiter?
No.
Good choice.
Speaking of the U.S. champion, Kenny Omega.
Ooh, hey.
Speaking of his comrades, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, looks like they're...
Are they up to something?
They're up to some real good. Actually, I saw this on the Twitter. Like, Cody said something about, we can't talk about the specifics. We can just talk about that it's happening. I wanted to bring up the article so I could be more specific, but F it.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you need me to fill for you.
This is how it started. Meltzer said 10,000 seats ROH could never do 10,000 seats. Paraphrasing. But Cody said, I'll take that bit, Dave. Give me, let me put myself and the Bucks on it and give us 3 months to promote.
Word.
and then they went to work. They're going to pay to rent out a 10,000-seat arena, and I love this.
Yeah.
It's putting your money where your mouth is.
And it may be the most healthy, loving relationship that has ever happened. The Young Bucks and Dave Meltzer. And it's wonderful to see. That's a challenge I like to see, because I want to like ROH.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have as much access to it, but I like the willingness to cross promote with New Japan, the buying into your own characters a little. Hi, Dalton Castle, how are you? Just the integrity that they've built up. They've built up a name, maybe not a brand, but they've built up a name, and I like that, and that's why they're getting the challenge of you can't sell out 10,000, but I think with Cody and the Young Bucks promoting it.
Yeah.
Take it out of the hands of whoever's been doing it, because like your whole end of the year War of the Worlds type deal, where you're trying to have your WrestleMania moment kind of deal, it ain't quite there yet.
No.
And I want it to be, but if I can't get a build to it, or if it feels random, I'm not as interested. I can't buy in as much. But I think, man, if anybody knows how to play, especially online, Young Bucks and Cody.
Yeah, and they're the hottest thing in wrestling right now.
You've seen the stupid Young Bucks shirts at Hot Topic are selling more than other brands that should be selling more. Rick and Morty, no match for Nick and Matt, and it's fantastic. You seen the other thing with them? They were kind of pissed about something that was in your silly 2K18 game.
What?
Someone had Young Bucks built, and you had Corey Graves on commentary, and something happens, a move, if you will, a spike pile driver, lovingly known by the Young Bucks as the Indie Taker. But apparently the Corey Graves commentary called it a Meltzer driver. First of all, is that in the game for real?
I haven't seen it, so
like the depth of the references outside of the E, very welcome and enjoyable. And the fact that the Young Bucks had to correct them made me very happy too. That's the Indie Taker. What a wonderful thing.
Ring of Honor are putting better matches than WWE.
Yeah, I can agree with you, but
it depends.
Excite me.
Yeah.
The episodic television is the biggest way. I hate to admit this, and I hate to say this. I'm much more of a fan of character work, storylines, resolution, building, climax, and moving on and further development elsewhere, and teasing coming back. That element is my favorite part of what happens. Right. The in-ring is bonus. Yeah. I'll never say I don't like it, and oftentimes I'm impressed, but that's in the moment. That is a instant gratification. Unless you're watching somebody over their career.
And I was gonna say, like, I enjoy, every time I actually get a chance to watch Ring of Honor, which, like you said, accessibility, not easy. Yeah. I enjoy it. But I have to go out of my way to do it.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's part of it too.
Yeah.
The new Japanese, you say? They're more troublesome than a bucket of barley sniffers, if you catch my meaning, you knee socket carny trash.
Productive and helpful. Thank you. I like doing a show. Yeah. Why am I like this today?
For funsies?
Show.
Let's see. Bullet Club, Young Bucks, and Cody. Yeah, and I mean, if you can score Omega for that same show, I think, you know, I don't think it's that hard for I think their last show drew 3,500.
Okay.
So they'd have to do 3 times that. But again, given the right card, given the right amount of time to promote, I think in and of itself, just the fact that, hey, we're setting out to do this.
Yes.
I think fans will come out of the woodworks to help them do that. And
a call to arms.
Yeah. And depending on, and that's what they're good at. Because you think about, like, how many people are saying fuck WWE. Well, I mean,
you want the list?
from them, because of them.
Okay.
Even though they're not saying that, the things that they're saying are getting people to say that.
I thought it was Fuck the Revival.
That too.
Oh, okay.
FTR. Cease and desist.
All right. Easy enough. Do nothing? Can do.
I love that they took the challenge though, and let me pull up his Twitter because
the beauty of it is it's big, but it's also weirdly attainable.
Depending on where it is too, I'll go.
So how would you build into it? Where would you throw that?
It's a good question.
Just go right where Stargate was. FU. This is our big event. 3 R's in it. Star Arcade.
Well,
actually, it's just in the middle of the last word. Star Card. What's up?
It doesn't say the where's.
Yeah, I don't think a where's been yet, but they did have a picture of them in an empty arena.
Yeah.
But I guess they can do that, can't they? Have access to that probably.
All right. This is what got me excited about it, and this is what I immediately thought Cody is the man. Somebody, so Cody tweets out, there's a link, Cody and the Bucks planning self-financed 10,000 seat event.
Right.
We can't comment officially until we confirm the location, but we are far enough in the process to say it's happening.
Right.
We're swinging for the damn fences, dare to dream. And then somebody comes back with, yeah, maybe if you get a mega in New Japan, lets you borrow some other top guys, you'll hit 10,000. Otherwise, it's just throwing money away. Cody's response to your opinion, your prerogative. I prefer to not live my life as a coward, though. Got to take a shot. I love that.
That weird, I'm not going to sink to your level, but also here's a finger.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I love that.
And, the beauty of that working relationship between ROH and New Japan, I think New Japan would give them some help, but do they need it? I mean, a little bit, of course.
Right.
Sure. Ain't going to hurt, and if it offers on the table, you don't pass it by.
Right.
But, man, those the War of the World shows... And with a little bit of just push and a little bit of story. Because they tell so much on the show that night.
Yeah.
It's like, if we could just get just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And if they used it cross-promotionally. Because ROH doesn't have a network to push. New Japan does.
Yeah.
And ROH is... are they touring much as far as... shows even? It doesn't seem as much.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
you don't think so, right?
Yeah.
This could be a big opportunity for them to make those pushes into other revenue streams. They're silly and stupid if they don't push something. You're here to entertain. You're here to draw eyes. And they have enough goodwill that they can tap into it and say, hey, get behind this. This is important. Not just for us, but also for you. This is how you make change. And I think people would flock to that. It's altruistic and it's... just something you could and should do to support that. It isn't a, hey, we need money.
Yeah.
It isn't a, hey, we need eyes. It isn't a, hey, we're self-aggrandizing a-holes. It isn't, I want your attention. This is solely, strictly, please, support this so we can do more for you. Mm-hmm. And Cody's the amazing, amazing figurehead for that.
And it's healthy for the business.
Yeah, exactly.
And man, if Vince is smart, like I'm not saying he needs to throw his weight behind it, but if he's smart, the better that they can do,
yeah,
the better he's gonna do.
Yes.
Anything, just like with Jericho doing Wrestle Kingdom,
Uh-huh.
that's gonna ultimately help WWE. Wrestling being helped, okay.
We're in a weird time when these have become possibilities.
Like
Philosophy day, Justin.
sports entertainment and wrestling, I get it. I separate WWE because they're sports entertainment. Wrestling is the core of what they do, but it's so much more than that.
Absolutely.
But if the pro wrestling business is doing well, then it's going to ultimately flock back to WWE. Mm-hmm. It's going to get more people watching WWE. And I'm not...
Excitement and interest.
I don't know who you let them borrow, but if somebody goes over from WWE and does this 10,000 seat show, just one person, just one higher tier name, even if it's Jericho again, to help get that 10,000 filled. If ROH gets to a point where they can do 10,000 on a reg, that is so much better for business all around.
Yeah.
Not just ROH, pro wrestling in general.
It's a wonderful prospect that this is a possibility.
And
it's like 4 years ago. I'm like, no way, man.
No chance.
Well, no chance.
In hell.
That too. I was going to say in Charlottesville.
You've got.
What?
You've got.
I've got what?
No chance.
Really?
In hell. I was trying to see if there was, because I know they had listed cities somewhere.
You dumb, but you great. Love this stupid show. It's the best. Oh, sorry.
I know that it was mostly West Coast stuff, which makes sense.
Which is fine, you know what? Because that's been the as far as getting back into like business prospects. WWE, I mean, originally based Northeast, strong Mid-Atlantic presence down through the South, and you've got the big cities in the West where they're very strong as well, right? They can go to LA. Is the West Coast ripe for their own higher tier wrestling? It always feels like it.
Yeah.
It always feels like yes.
Yeah.
And it always feels like, hey, PWG is the thing. And then it always feels like, why won't you allow yourself to grow? Because we're exclusive and awesome. Yes! And then I just bite. You could do more. It's like, no. This is what we are. And it's great. More, please. No. Okay. The human tornado. Sorry, it's first thing ever. Never mind. It's beside the point. But the West Coast push, taking a Seattle all the way down through a San Francisco, all the way down through LA, down through delving into Mexico. They could make that their own territory. That could be their thing. Would it draw as much? You're talking about a bit of exclusivity with crossover to the Japanese market as well. I just feel like that's such an untapped market because you see a lot of the weird indie things popping up out there and doing well. Yeah.
Well, even New Japan, when they came over and did the U.S. tournament.
Yeah.
It was in California.
Yes. California. I mean, it's all Pacific. It's the outer reaches of the Pacific Rim, but at the same time, why is that not a market? Why would you limit yourself to just Japan, or Australia, or New Zealand, or the Isle of Tonga?
Tongan Death Grip? That thing has been empty for like an hour and a half.
There's a little bit in the bottom. I'm eating grounds.
Why? You don't have to do that, Nathan.
Oh my god. You should take it away from me. No, I need this. Feels good.
Makes you feel all warm inside.
I feel alive, Justin. I feel so good. I can't explain to you how good I'm feeling. How are you? Dead? You're dead?
I was dead yesterday. Okay. I'm alive today, which is good.
Is it rubbing off? Am I rubbing off on you, Justin?
Please don't.
It's fair.
That's gross.
Fair.
It's really gross.
Offers on the table. Under the table. Hands up.
7-Up.
That's water. It's delicious. A weird dude once told me it tastes like Invisible.
All right, so I feel like we're getting towards the end of the show.
Getting what?
Maybe.
Favorite finisher of all time. Go.
Favorite finisher? Ooh.
Psychology Day, dude.
Okay.
It's Psychology and Philosophy Day.
All right.
I'm Mr. Business and Story. Let's get into some.
So let's put some parameters. Like when you say favorite finisher. Is it just the one that I like to see? Like, oh my God, there's that finisher.
Definitely a factor.
Or is it, oh man, that happens, it's over.
Also a factor.
I've got mad love. Rub one off. No!
Who said that?
Steve. I'm not rubbing anything off. Stephen Hartless, Canadian Destroyer is best finishing move ever, or the Rainmaker. Hard to argue either.
The beauty of that, he pointed out two very particular, remarkably divergent things.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian Destroyer is a goddamn spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
It's monstrous and ridiculous and over the top and always deadly. The Rainmaker, essentially, is a clothesline.
Yeah.
And may even stand up more because of the setup, the build to it, and the protected nature of it. It is an ender. If you get hit with it, you are dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
How do you feel about... Nice ad. Sweet.
Yeah.
How do you feel about... Because this is a pre-show philosophy question that I threw out there because I'm random as all hell today. Where does the attitude adjustment stand these days?
You know, I was never a huge fan of the AA anyway.
Right.
But it's pretty weak.
At the moment, right?
Yeah. Last time we saw him was with Reigns, where he dumped off 30 of them.
Exactly.
And even with the matches with Styles, where he's
He threw an avalanche one in there too, didn't he?
I feel like there's been 3 or more in the last couple big time Cena matches. But like I said, I've never been a huge fan of the AA anyway.
It doesn't matter if it's protected though. Like I
Right.
said, the Rainmaker is a clothesline, short arm clothesline, and it's effective because it's built up. There's lead into it, and it's been protected enough. It used to be a time when the attitude adjustment, or the FU, whatever it happened to be at the time, was death.
Yeah.
You get caught, and it's like, boo, because we hate him because he's Brappledough.
Yeah.
But now, it feels like he's in the twilight of his career. He's making a transition, trying to be Mr. Actor, dude. Where he, in the trailer, really, you're drinking beer in your ass. Have you seen this yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. I'm going to use my mouth.
Let's see Dwayne do that.
But still, he's there. Who the hell am I talking about? But I think it's fantastic that he's allowing that move to not be as protected. As he's making his way out, he's being able to elevate others
Yeah.
by stepping down the perceived power of his arsenal.
Yeah.
It's still the same thing as it ever was. But it doesn't... It's not as deadly as it once was. Not that it's deteriorating, but because there's an ever-present power creep. Oh man, these new guys, I'm not falling off. These guys are just coming up. And that's a wonderful way to play it.
To your point about the Rainmaker,
Uh-huh.
one of the moves that comes to mind, the clothesline from hell. JBL's, where he just looked like he was taking your head off. It's over.
Yeah.
If JBL hits you with that, it's done. It's over.
And do you like a protected finisher?
Yes.
I do as well.
It just feels very wrestling. It feels...
It should be the end.
I don't... It's called a finisher.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it's called your finish. It should finish people. I don't... I like... I don't know, man. I like people having several, Styles has several. So that way he has to use the whole arsenal.
Right.
Sometimes to put somebody away.
Or not.
Or not.
Right. No, or not have to... Or not put them away with the entire arsenal.
Right. But if you've got one, it should be the one. It should only come out if you're about to win, or if they kick out of it, you're gonna lose.
Right. Shock, awe, thrown off game, destroyed game plan.
Ooh.
But therein lies the beauty of what the AJ Styles finishes are. Having the multiple ones. The forearm, the calf crusher, and the Styles Clash. Styles Clash being the far above and beyond most protected of them. If that hits, it's done.
Yeah.
There is no coming back from that.
Yep.
But the fact that he has the others available in his arsenal, and they're protected enough that they're given a level of credibility, is a wonderful thing. And I'd love to see more of that. The fact that I don't have to hit the finisher for it to be a finisher, I think would add a whole lot of realism to what happens, and would play more into the psychology of the one, you're effing done, dude, as opposed to the I beat you with this thing, you know. And I would like more of that, because you had to go back to seeing the attitude adjustment, and you also had the SDF.
Yeah.
What? And for a while we had that with Brock as well. You have the F5, and you also had the Kimura lock.
Yes.
And I liked that.
Yeah.
Even when the Undertaker goes into the Hell's Gate thing, loved that.
Well, he had the Hell's Gate, he had the Tombstone Piledriver, he had the Choke Slam, and the Last Ride Powerbomb.
I felt those were like different. Well, you know, there were demarcations of character line as well. That's not a word. I'm just babbling shit now.
I mean, you knew he was in a fight towards the end of his career if he had to bust out all of them.
Exactly. Playing into the psychology of the multiple finishes.
Right.
Without having all of them
Underwear Taker.
shat upon. Sorry, I'm not doing the voice.
Underwear Taker. Kane is your brother. Stephen Heartless, the Iron Claw, and the Russian Sickle. Two of his faves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, until your older brother gives you one. That shit sucks.
So
My temples are still sensitive.
this is also one of the ones that I was putting up there.
Rub right here.
Just ones that I like seeing. The Goldust Final Cut.
Oh my god! And you never got enough of that, did you?
No.
Never.
Goldie's never gotten that run.
And he never gets to do it. I loved the same basic idea, the Crossroads.
Yeah.
We never got to see enough of it. It's almost like we've talked about the wins and losses don't matter, but damn it, can you give me something? I got to get some wins in just to build up the legacy of what I'm doing. Sorry, shouldn't have said legacy. It's a little too on the nose, eh? Priceless. That's what that is.
I am a man. I don't remember the song.
Neither does Ted DiBiase Jr. Sorry.
But to this conversation, so Brock and Braun wrestled 2 months ago, whenever that was, and Brock and Joe wrestled earlier this summer. People are complaining that Brock is putting people away with one F5.
No. Sure, but I like the mystique of that being built up. Because when somebody kicks out of it again, it's going to be a big deal. You have to be conditioned. You have to be told a story in order to follow a story. You can't just assume. You can't just think it's going to be there. It has to come from somewhere and be going somewhere. Sorry. Go ahead.
I guess people's complaint is, well, Roman's going to do it and he's going to win at WrestleMania.
Sounded just like the internet. It's amazing.
It's going to be Roman.
Can you bang on the keyboard while you do that? Don't. No, because it'll
Going to
break
be
everything.
Roman. Roman's going to do it at WrestleMania.
Can they rehab him enough until then? Between now and then?
Number one, I think they are.
I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to do it. Just to do it. Do it to do it. Just to shut... Love it.
I don't know, man. I kind of hope they keep the Intercontinental title on him.
Uh-huh.
It looks good on him. Like, it's a good spot for him.
And you know what? It plays back into the Miz promo of how there's prestige to that title.
Mm-hmm.
He said it enough that it's true.
Yeah.
Because he told you that story.
Mm-hmm.
He led you down that path. He made you believe him. You followed him. Now there's truth behind what he's saying. Manufactured out of nothing.
And
the
now
whole premise of storytelling.
But now you have a guy who's at the top of the card,
Uh-huh.
who has that championship, who is going to work every night.
Yes.
He's a workhorse.
It's the level of legitimacy that needed to be added to it that we weren't getting with a Miz run. Miz run, there was a mouth on it. That's great.
Heyo.
Constantly to build up, not prestige, but build up word of mouth, notice, attention. There's attention constantly drawn to it. Now we get to build on that in another direction, as long as he's allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And build up other people with it. Elias,
He had a great match with him.
You know what? That's a dude who was like on the verge of being written out, as far as I'm concerned. It's like he's a house show jester at best. No, he's not. Here you go. And you get to have a good showing out of it. I love the idea of showing the depth. You don't need to do anything with it. You don't have to. I don't want a series of 3 out of them. I don't want a half-ass 50-50 back and forth with them. No. A one-off is fantastic. And the beauty of that open challenge is the one-offs, the weird ones.
Yes.
Oh, what is this? A face versus face? Please give me. Heel versus heel? I love Miz and Corbin.
Yes.
And that opens it up without having to be restricted by storylines. As much as I love storylines, sometimes I like not. Give me a variety.
I wonder if with Joe stepping up, if that means we're going to get a one-off next week. Like he's saying he is going to be the next challenger. Or if it means, yo, keep that title warm, I'm coming for it. Like,
I hope.
Because the next Raw pay-per-view isn't until the Royal Rumble, which is January 28th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. The next pay-per-view is Night of Champions, or Clash of Champions, rather.
Okay.
And that's December 17th. That's a SmackDown. The next one after that is until January 28th, the Royal Rumble.
God damn, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I granted it's the off season, as close as they get to it, but it's that's going to give them time to play.
Yes.
So if you talk about a chase, if you talk about a build, I'd love Roman to go out there with Jordan again and have a 12-minute match, win with a little bit of trouble, having to work to get it, and then Joe come out there and just beat the shit out of Jordan the next week in 6. And have that as the build-up. Who you got this week? All right, I'm going to take him next week. I'm going to show you how it's done. So it's a little bit of one-upsmanship while still getting other people out there. And have maybe one take Joe a little longer and give him, I need 2 weeks with this guy to put him down. To build legitimacy and to get people up on the card. And I want to see weirdos. I want to see odd dudes get in there and get mixed in there. I love a weird third being put in. Interjected.
What about Hawkins?
Yes!
I'd love to see him pop up there.
Yes! Kane and all. His actual Kane, not actual.
He could lose, and it would actually help him if he lost. Because I'm pretty sure he's still, over.
He's building his little legacy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Good.
But, I mean, he hasn't done it on television in a while.
Right.
This would be a great way to play that. Go out, have a good match with Roman. You still lose. You still have the Ofer thing going for you. It's back on television.
Have him take Roman for 4 minutes. He comes out and then he takes Joe for 5. And then Joe kills him the next week. It's 3 weeks of programming right there.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Sorry. I'm not a booker.
No, me neither, Mr. Booker Man. Okay, since we're all over the place.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
2 more things. One more thing. You said I'm not a booker. People, please stop doing booking.
No, this isn't me sitting back waiting to attack you. This is me going, this son of a bitch right.
Like,
I'm sorry, I'm sure your mom's lovely.
You're watching wrestling. I mean, come on, man. Like, you aren't in a position of power to get everything that you want. Stop booing booking. Like, who cares how it's booked? If you don't like how it's booked, bummer. Either stop watching, that's fine, or don't complain about it. Like, why complain about booking? I can understand complaining about a match, like match quality. Right. I can understand to an extent complaining about somebody winning or losing, because that's your guy. Oh man, my guy lost. I get that, but
Russman lost.
He never loses.
Shouldn't.
Well, actually, he's never going to win the Royal Rumble. Holy shit, it's hard. It is hard. You have to throw out 10 people. You come in at number 1. You have to throw out 10, and you have to win. That's hard. I've gotten to number 15. That's as best as I've gotten. Throwing out 7 people. It's hard, man.
You're the best, Justin. But yeah, as far as the booking stuff, dude.
Booking shouldn't be in your vocabulary, really.
No. You got to big picture it. Have you been entertained over the years?
Yeah.
Have some faith. And like you said, if there's a part that you're not digging, just don't dig at it, man.
Yeah.
If you watch, how much are we up to? Like, WWE's like a solid 6 hours a week, right?
Yes.
I don't watch all of it, but I go back and I watch what I know I want to watch, and it's amazing. It's amazing that you can get out of what you can get out of it. If you're expecting to get highest quality all the time, you're going to be let down when they try to do something big. When you want over the top in every single segment, you're not going to be impressed by over the top anymore. Mm-hmm.
That's what happened with ECW.
And when you
the Attitude Era.
And when you don't allow the time for things to happen, when you don't give it its due, because there's something to be said for it's a quality in storytelling, and especially this is what drives me crazy, because you want the instant gratification, you want the big name match all the time, but if you don't give it the time, it doesn't mean as much. And that again gets me back to the whole what I struggle with in ROH, these giant matches that I want so much out of Suzuki versus Rhodes. I wanted more out of that.
Yeah.
And a little bit of build, a little bit of time, a little bit of anticipation is good. Take that time. And Bray Wyatt's time will come. Mm-hmm. He's not going anywhere. And when it comes time to do it, they'll do it right.
Yeah.
He'll do it right. He knows the character enough. Mm-hmm. Maybe too specific of an example, but at the same time...
We're all dead.
It's a hard left right there. Left in the dirt. But still, if you're not liking today, you'll like tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you'll remember those times you didn't like. And you'll remember that ride that they take you on. That's how storytelling works. Because it isn't enough to pin the needle all the time. Mm-hmm. You've got the weird emotion. I always talk about an emotional tachometer, where it's you get your little RPM gauge, right? Mm-hmm. It goes from 0 on up. The emotional one goes from 0 up, but also 0 down. And sometimes you don't need boom all the way pinned all the time.
Trying to be The Rock?
Sometimes
it's more like.
Give me a come on. Come on. It's cool on camera, but from the side you look cool. You're great, Justin. Take the time with it. Take the time with it and just appreciate the ride as opposed to the moment. Moments are great. And the big ones are amazing.
Hey-o?
He's right. He's right. Sorry. Philosophical day. I just love everything. Everything's wonderful.
How about that New Day shirt? Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Does it say hoo, hoo, hoo?
Yeah. I like it.
That's so good. I can't get a Christmas wrestling shirt. I can't get a wrestling shirt. It's terrible.
You can't get a wrestling shirt?
I can't get a wrestling shirt. What shirt would you put? I'll wear the polka dots. Just for you, Justin.
Oh, look at Mike Camillus. He was wrestling.
I hope. God, I hope he's good again.
Jerks, I was on their team too. Looks like, for whatever reason, he was wrestling against the Bludgeon Brothers.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no, he was, I guess it was a 6-man. And then they beat him up. I mean, it's only 3 pictures. I can't tell you the whole story.
Where's that from, Justin?
This is a house show.
Oh,
in Charleston.
How about that? Mm-hmm. Amazing. Almost like there's a level of exclusivity. Mm-hmm. Can't miss that show.
Look at Ziggs. Oh, there you are.
I'm only seeing it from the side.
Oh, there you are, Ziggler.
Oh, my.
All right. Before we get out of here.
Life's good, dude.
We've got plenty of time here. I figured we could close the show with an Oscar match. You want to watch an Oscar match?
I don't know how much time we got. I mean, we got stuff we got to do.
Yeah.
Probably.
But, I mean, you know.
So you got highlights or clips from it?
No, it's a whole match.
Whole match?
Yeah. You want to watch an Oscar match?
You think we might get, hit for copyright stuff? I mean... you play over like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the algorithms start kicking in and I started looking around for stuff. And also I kind of weirdly internally burped and made an awful noise. Drinking all this not coffee.
I'm going to take that cup from me.
Just take it away from me now.
Let's watch this Oscar match.
It is very urn-like, isn't it? Damn it. And it. All right, has the bell rung yet?
It's over.
Is it? We're all dead.
Here, let's watch it
Hold
again.
on, wait,
Oh,
okay.
there we go.
The bell's rung and
Tap. It's over.
what? Wait, hold on. And then she's easy night for commentary.
Yeah.
And
That was the whole
that's the
match.
entire commentary. Oh,
Ooh.
wait. Just like me touching it, don't you? Don't take that out.
Heyo?
Shut up, dude. I don't know what's going on. I've got a shawl on my head. Then you transition to me. I just look like an asshole. Look at that. Justin, this is the best show ever.
It's like you knew what I was going to do. That's weird.
And I expect nothing less, and I appreciate every moment of it.
Oh, boy. Well, I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Good
maybe.
match.
Yeah, right?
Ah.
I can't complain with how they've done Asuka so far. Like, it's
Yes.
been pretty perfect.
Yeah.
She's still winning.
Dominant.
They did
And
have...
good for Dana Brooke for not getting kicked in the face.
Yes.
That's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Ow, my arm. A lot better than ow, my face and my arm.
The Paige came out with her little faction after the Asuka match.
Oh, she announced she's single again, so we should let Matt know.
Who, Paige?
Yeah. You didn't see that thing? Dude,
I hate that guy.
You ever see just toxic people?
God, I hate that guy.
Just toxicity, just complete.
Not
Maybe-
toxicity, avaricity.
Maybe he'll be better without
No!
her as well.
He's always been awful. Stop it.
I'm just trying to give the benefit of the doubt where it doesn't
No.
belong.
No. You're wrong.
He's right.
Oh,
I'll have to get that clip.
the
I'll send it to
toxicity.
you. I'll send it to Matt, and then he'll send it to you. Then he'll post it publicly, all excited.
No. The toxicity.
I gotta go. Bounce off the goddamn guys.
There we go.
Flying high.
Yep. Yep.
More Matt
Yep.
based. Not Matt.
They don't want none.
They don't? You sure? Have they seen what it is? Seems alright.
It does seem alright.
We're hashtag Wrestlepals. Damn it. It's hashtag Wrestlepals. Very simple. At the Hulkster on Twitter. Put hashtag Wrestlepals and go to any, I'd say social media, but it's anything at this point.
Remember that rock I threw through your window? Look at the rock next time you go. Well, I guess when you get home, look at the rock that I threw through your window
Is
last
he
night.
okay?
Yes.
There's two directions, and I just won't play. Of course he is. He's a tough man.
Yeah.
Throwing through windows and shit. Stuck dude. Hashtag Wrestlepals on anything. He's gonna find it.
Says hashtag.
He's going to respond. It's amazing. He's great like that. Me, I'm a hunk of garbage. At the Nate Project, that's where you can get in touch with me. I'm not going to respond. I'm like, this is where I say I'm like, I always see them. I always feel weird. I always feel a little funky, and I always think, oh my god, I should be social. And I should say hi or thank you or something. But I don't. But you can take solace in the fact that I feel weird and a little uncomfortable.
Watch this.
Enjoy ruining my day.
I'm about to ruin Nathan's day. Hey,
Huh?
man.
That's me. Man. Probably. Actually. See how that works?
See? Just like that.
At the Nate Project on Twitter. Or if you want to go to the Facebook page, please. It's Wrestlepals VA, right?
Yes, Wrestlepals VA.
Wrestlepals VA. Yes, Wrestlepals VA. Or the YouTube channel is written out, hashtag Wrestlepals. That's genius. For archives of the show, if you want to go back and see exactly how wrong I am on most things, it's a good place to go. Other than that, I think well, we covered nothing.
We covered nothing. Yes.
I love talking psychology with you. I love talking philosophy with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes wrestling as well.
Sometimes.
Goddamn hashtag wrestling.
We some southern boys with the promise strength. Ain't nobody man enough to feel the
Oh,
pain.
good.
You could be next. You better give respect. 'Cause ain't
Crazy
nobody breaking this redneck. No, they don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. They don't want none. No, they don't want none. Ain't nothing scared of.
I lost my keys and my little doggy's bone. So I pick him up and I'm gonna carry home. But he a mean dog bit me in the spare rib. And I'm take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words that AJ Styles. You know what you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.